Good morning to members of the media. Good morning to Tobago, Trinidad. Good morning to mothers. Good morning to fathers. Good morning to children. The last 7 days has been a very difficult moment for me. It was in the month of October 2010 that my mother would have passed away. It was also this month that my last son was born. It's a bittersweet moment. It was also a bittersweet moment when I recognized that the very foundation of Tobago's civilization was being placed under attack by someone who would have sworn to protect it, Fally Augustine, the Chief Secretary. Even as I speak, I am worried by the very fact that how could someone deny our mothers their hard-earned pay, then you turn around and brutalize them. I wish to revisit the facts for Tobago, to see them as they are. 60 to 70% of workers in the CPEP, URP development projects altogether are women. 60 to 70%. Those are irrefutable facts. 60 to 70% of persons employed in the CPEP, URP, reforestation development are women. Women are fond of these types of jobs, and they're oftentimes given these types of jobs because these types of jobs offer them some latitude to further develop and work on what we call work-life balance. They are able to work and balance the rest of their lives. So they get up, they go to work early, and by 9, 10 o'clock they are home, and they can now look after their children religiously and committedly. It works for them, and it works for some of our fathers who are able to attend to other aspects of their lives so as to supplement the meager income of these URP, CPEP, reforestation development jobs. Make work. Let me say that last week, Tuesday, several mothers would have gone to the bank, pushed their card, and what they got was a white paper coming out on them saying, no funds. No funds. They were unable to pay their rent. They were unable to buy food. They were unable to pay transportation for their children. Yes, they were unable to do the basic child care, which is their responsibility. That was last week, Tuesday. Immediately, several workers, most of them being females, mothers, reached out to me. And you could have heard the agony in their voice, saying, we have not received pay on Tuesday. But on Wednesday, after there was no pay in the bank, they received some text message with the vulgar message to them that Tobago has received no money from Trinidad, hence they could not pay. Unacceptable. I had to point out to them Tobago has a contingency fund, wherein we put all of the money that has not been spent on a yearly basis into that fund, and it is called a contingency fund. It has millions of dollars into it, millions that could have paid the CPEP workers. The former Chief Secretary, Mr. Ove London, when he was Chief Secretary, reached into that fund and paid the CPEP workers one time when there was not enough funding, or the funding from Trinidad did not arrive. But the Tobago mothers mean nothing to Fally Augustine and his TPP party. It means nothing to them. And so they waited until pay would have gone, then communicated to them via text message that, hey, you didn't get paid because Trinidad didn't give us any money. No mention was made about the contingency fund and that fund being used to release their pay. I wish to go further. On Saturday, THA sent out a cowardly done press statement to all mothers and fathers who are working in CPEP, saying to them that they apologize for not paying them on the 15th, but they will pay them 1 week later. Where did the money come from now? Did Trinidad automatically send the money overnight? No. Where did the money come from? They had the money all the time, but they were suffering these Tobago mothers and taking the funds to play carnival with it. They're playing jump up with mothers' money, and I'm upset by it. How could they dare do that? Mothers are struggling to put food on the table, to look after their children, and these Judases, call them that name, these betrayers of Tobago, refuse to pay them, wanting to play jump up with the money. And therefore, when they recognize pressure and these women are ready to march, they'll be down here in a while again. When they recognize that, they quickly send out something and say to them, on Tuesday, you'll be getting pay. Well, we do not buy cat in bags. We do not take people rain and plant corn. We don't want promises. But you know the most upsetting part of this? The most upsetting part of this is when we get to Sunday. Remember, on Tuesday, there was no pay. Yeah? On Wednesday, they didn't say, oh, shucks, give them a text message. Tell them, say, we ain't get no money from Trinidad. Let it cool yourself. When we get money, we can pay them. On Wednesday, I responded. Unacceptable on my Facebook Live. Thing died on for a while. I threatened to have a press conference here on Monday. So on Saturday, he sent out something that says, we have the money, we are going to pay on Tuesday. That is to avert or avoid the press conference to expose their wickedness. But on Saturday, when they sent out the press conference, it was followed up by a very nasty and direct attack on an unprovoked, and I will say, expose people. We call them Tobago mothers. Here on Sunday, I believe it was, our Chief Secretary, Farley Chavez Augustine, it was Saturday, someone said Saturday. On the very same Saturday, while the press release going out saying we're going to pay on Tuesday, we had the Chief Secretary dressed in sari. It's an Indian wear. Akuta, they call Akuta. Akuta. I can't pronounce the name right. Forgive me. Akuta, which is an Indian wear that the male wear. The thing didn't even look good. I want to know who dressed him, but that's not the issue. He went up there and he began to attack Tobago mothers. Attack them. Attack them as if he did not come from a mother. I sat and tears came to my eyes. I'm not normally moved easily, but when I recognize that someone whom I had confidence in to lead Tobago is now attacking the foundations of our civilization, I said, my God, my God, my God, have mercy on me. What have I unleashed? Something has to be wrong with the Chief Secretary. The Chief Secretary attacked the mothers of Tobago in 3 main ways. 1, he said that mothers are allowing illegal activities in Tobago. And he's speaking about crime, basically. He went on to say that mothers are enjoying the fruits of criminal activity. That's number 2. I want you to listen to me, you know. This is what the leader of Tobago's government so he calls it, is saying to Tobagonians' mother, doesn't he know that the hands that rock the cradle rules the world? How could he do something like that? He just didn't attack the mothers alone. He attacked their sons. Sons have to grow to become the men of our society, the young leaders of our society. He attacked them. He attacked them. He's saying here that mothers are irresponsible. They do not take the responsibility when dealing with their sons, as if they are protecting them. But every mother has to protect their son. But you do not have any evidence on what you are saying. And if you do, why not take it to the police? You seem to know a lot. I want the Chief Secretary to apologize publicly for those statements or leave Tobago office. Let him apologize. He needs to apologize. And he ought not to have those verbal diarrhea again in the public space. He's an embarrassment to Tobago. He's just talking and talking out of time. How could you, being a leader, attack the woman like that? First you don't pay them. Then you tell them late, I didn't pay you yesterday, when they already find out. Then you send out some weak, cowardly message that you're going to pay them on Tuesday. Why not Monday? Which is tomorrow, Tuesday. And on the very same day that message go out, you put on the ugly, ugly kind of clothing. I don't know who picked it for you. Poor colors. Color look dark and dismal on an occasion of light. That's your heart words, and your words were dark and dismal also. Your dress for the occasion, I must say, misery. You come in and tell Tobago mothers that they are irresponsible, that they are protecting their sons, and that they are enjoying the fruits of criminal activity. Well, my mother never raised no criminal. I'm certainly your mother, your deceased mother, did not raise any criminal. I don't know of any mother in Roxborough, Speyside, Shallaville, Crown Point, Castara, Moriah, anywhere in Tobago, Pembroke, Lambo, that raised criminal children or enjoying the fruits of criminal activity. I say unto you, Father Augustine, apologize to mothers for paying them late. And two, apologize to mothers and their children for painting them a dark and ugly picture of themselves. In a day when Tobagonians are clamoring for something optimistic, some dream they can believe in, something that they can see into the future and hold on to, you're bringing them doubt and disrespect and disappointment. You need to apologize, and I say that openly. If you do not apologize, we will have to plan how we will treat with that level of gross disrespect. First, you betrayed Tobagonians, saying they did not vote for PDP. They vote for an independent. You betrayed Tobagonians. You betrayed Tobagonians, saying you're not forming a party, you form a party. You keep betraying Tobagonians. At your Billa Scarborough Secondary School, you and your colleagues went and dig up some place in the estate. Say a school going down there. You almost come to a close, no school. Betrayed Tobagonians. Say you're going to build something for the Blue Food Festival. Went across there yesterday. And the only part that paved on the road is the part right in front of the Blue Food. Betrayed Tobagonians. Say you're fighting for autonomy when you're fighting for longevity, trying to stay into office. Betrayed Tobagonians over and over again. Please do not betray the mothers and their children by saying they're involved in criminal activity. They are not. And I wish to categorically deny the statements made by the Chief Secretary and denounce them as the Assemblyman for Roxborough, Dallaford, and as the one who would have given political birth, and I regret that, to Father Augustine. Thank you very much. I ask some questions.
Many are saying you are the cause of this. You placed Mr. Augustine in the hands of Tobago.
It's a mistake I made, and I apologize for it tremendously. This is what made me cry. When I looked at someone I gave political birth to, someone who was in the doldrums of life, someone who was nowhere at that point in his life. I gave him political life. I gave him a platform. I gave him the opportunity to become chief secretary. And I removed myself. When he attacked me publicly, I said, go ahead. And now you are left alone. You are now insulting and attacking women by not paying them as the chief secretary, by not paying them last week Tuesday, a whole week without pay, and tell them tomorrow you go pay them. And the very same day that goes out, you are attacking them on the media. Yeah? Imagine, this country is already polarized by race. You being someone of African descent is sticking your fingers into the womb and say to them on this occasion of Diwali, yeah, you African mothers, yeah, you Tobagonian mothers, you are enjoying the fruits of criminal activity. That's a bad statement. I regret even knowing Fali Augustine, because he has become an embarrassment to Tobagonians. That's what I say. And anybody who embarrassed Tobagonians would embarrass me and my family and my comrades and my colleagues. You cannot embarrass Tobagonians and expect to continue walking up and down leading us. He must resign. I demand that. Fali must go for that statement. He must go. Any further questions? I want to thank you all very much. This was very clear, and I hope he gets the message, because mothers are upset and they want to take to the streets. I will try my best to hold them back and tell them put their anger in their finger and vote him out along with his 12 disciples. Judas and his 12 disciples. Thank you all very much.